Hi, it's Kim. I'm cooking at Village Cafe today. And today, or this month, I'd like to tell you the difference between how you can cook your eggs. There's so many different ways. There's over easy, there's over hard, there's over medium. And then the healthier way to cook eggs, if you want to cut down on your fat, is a poached egg or a steamed egg. When I train my cooks for the summer, I first of all start them out with a pan with either like a sesame seed or some rice in it. And I get them just to practice flipping. And the goal here is to learn how to use your hand to flip eggs. It's kind of a rocking motion. A lot of people, when they first start cooking, I bet you they go through about 180 eggs before they really get how to flip an egg without, making them break open. A lot of people start with this up and down motion, which you can see with the nuts here. Oh, there's someone right over the side. You don't have very much control. But when you're rocking to flip an egg, it's kind of a rocking and a flip up. So let's start with the healthy preparation of eggs. You have poached eggs, which is water that you warm to a boil and then you just turn down the heat a little bit. Otherwise, you're going to separate the egg if the water is boiling, and you don't want it to be too cool where it doesn't keep the egg together. This pan, for instance, has about 4 cups of water in it. It's got about a 2-inch lip, and we put about a tablespoon of vinegar in it. Vinegar is what keeps the egg together. So we got vinegar in there, and the egg's poached. So we're going to let that cook for about 2 to 3 minutes. That's where you're going to get an we don't even call it over easy. It's called an easy egg. You've got easy, you've got medium, you've got hard. Those are the 3 different ways you can cook a poached egg. Another way you can do it, I'm going to come on over here with less fat, is you're going to start out with a little bit of fat or butter in your pan, and we're just going to crack a couple of eggs into this pan while we're waiting for our poached egg to go. And as you can see over here, my poached pan is starting to boil a little bit, so I'm just going to turn down my heat. I'm going to back it off a little bit. So over here, I'm going to do a steamed egg. Steamed eggs are eggs that we're going to cook but not flip over. And we put very little oil in this egg just so it doesn't stick on the bottom. And then when it gets warmed up, I'm just going to steam it with a little bit of water, which I have back here. You can just get a squirt bottle, and you can use this bottle to finish the egg. And when you're cooking eggs, you want to wiggle this pan just a little bit to make sure that that egg is not going to stick, just like that. So these poached eggs are looking nice. You don't want to really move a poached egg around too much. You just want to not bother them and let them do their thing. They're looking nice. My steam eggs are getting ready here, so I'm going to turn down the heat a bit, and I'm going to just put water in there and let her steam. That's going to finish the top so you don't have the ooey whites of your egg. The poached eggs are coming out. They're beautiful. Perfect. There's one. You want to get as much water out of it as you can. And we're just going to hold back the eggs and get as much water out of there as we can. Take a peek at this. Ooh, perfect. I don't know if you can see that, but it just cooked the whites without flipping it over and getting it into the butter. So we've got a poached egg and we got a steamed egg. 2 of your, obviously no fat in that poached egg and a little bit of fat in your steamed egg. So now we're going to work on fried eggs. Fried eggs are an egg that have the most fat in it because we're going to put a little extra butter in here because we're going to cook the bottom and then we're going to go ahead and flip them over and cook the top. Over easy is cooked on the bottom, flipped over for just about 30 seconds because people still want to have a little bit of that gooey white membrane in their egg. If it's not wiggling in your pan, there's no way you're going to be able to flip it over and keep a nice egg. And these you don't want to worry about boiling. It's good. You want to sear some sizzle. You can see how it's moving. Is that working for you, Kathy? You can see the egg in there? You can see how it's nice and slippery. I'm going to turn down my heat just a little bit now. Let it cook up a little bit more. There's a lot of white membrane in here yet, so a lot of cooks will just mess with this and break it open and let it cook a little bit faster. So I'm just using my spatula to cook that white thick membrane a little bit more. So we're going to let that go. I'm going to put a little bit of extra butter on the edge, and I'm going to give her a flip. There we go. And we're just going to let it sit. You don't want to mess with it because we just popped over those beautiful eggs. You don't want that yolk to break open. But that's it. Now that it's set up, you can see it's moving around freely again. I'm just going to give her a flip back up. And there we have over easy eggs. Over easy are still going to be moving. You can see all that nice egg yolk. This is the way I love my eggs. We're going to go right into over medium. Over medium is going to be a little bit more cooking time. Same preparation as the over easy. You can use the same pan. You can see how fast eggs are. That's why breakfast is always fun. It gets a little crazy. Today I've got Gamma in the kitchen with me. And we were able to cook for about 150 people with just the two of us, but in summer when we're doing 400 and 500 people, we do it with 3 people. It takes less people to do 500 people than it does to do 200 to 150 to 200 people. But again, eggs are fast, breakfast is fast, it's a lot of fun. It gets crazy in here. We have the salsa music usually ramped up and having a lot of fun with the servers. We're heading into the season now, so all the kids are coming back from summer. So we're getting ready to ramp up the action. So I just flipped over the eggs like I did before with the over easy. I'm just going to give it a little help. I can feel it sticking there, and we're going to let this cook a little bit more. So you'll see when we bring these back around to the top that the yolk isn't moving as much. Medium, you don't want any membrane uncooked, the white membrane, and the yolk is just starting to get a little milky. It's a lot thicker than the yolk was that I just did with the over easies. Okay, we're just about there, and when you're cooking these eggs, you can see too that the egg yolks are popping further up because the heat's getting in there and cooking that yolk. So that's how you know that they're getting a little bit firmer. All right, that's over medium. You can see there's a little bit of brown on top because you don't want any membrane uncooked. So there's our over medium. You can tell the difference between a little bit of brown and then we have the nice over easy that has no brown at all. Okay? Over hard is you crack your eggs, and then we're going to crack the egg yolk. Over hard is for people who want no yellow uncooked at all. Where you're getting the over is because you're flipping the egg over. With a poached, you're not. You're just poaching that in water, and in a steamed, again, you're not flipping it because if you did, it would stick because you're not adding that extra butter. So this is looking nice. It's starting to crackle a little bit, so I'm going to turn my heat down, and I'm going to pop open my egg yolk with my spatula. Now egg yolk is a little more sticky than the membrane, so I'm going to add a little more butter with this one so it doesn't stick in the bottom when I flip it. I'm going to flip her over. See how gentle that is? Just a little rocking back and forth. A lot of people envision this flipping up and down. But when you do that, that just splats the eggs and breaks them open. So over hard, you want to make sure there is no gooey membrane at all, so that's why I'm manhandling these eggs. You would not do this if you're making over easy or medium. So I'm just making sure that we're getting that cooked, and I'm going to give it another toss and let the bottom actually start cooking. And when you get a little bit closer here, I'll bring the eggs to you. You can see that the egg is actually yellow on top because that's that yolk that cooked. And of course, you don't want to overcook this, otherwise it gets real rubbery. So here it is. I'll hold this back for you, Kathy, but you can see that the egg yolk has turned the top of this yellow. And here are our eggs. Eggs 5 different ways at Village Cafe. We have steamed, we have poached, we have over easy, put it in the right order here, we have over medium, and then we have our over hard. Now get cracking some eggs, guys. We'll see you next time. Thanks for stopping in.